Jerry, how you doing? David, hello. Mike, what's happening? Gold Rush is on. Lisa, hello. James, how's it going? Danielle, it's on time. Wow, look at that. Kathleen, how you doing? So we got over 1,300 views on uh, one of the live chats right before Christmas, and we're uh, averaging probably close to 500 views um, over the past week. And everybody remembers last year we were in the thousands, two, three, I think 35 or 3,600 was a record until they shadow banned us. And recently the average has been about 100. So it's way up, guys. It's things are going very well. The message is getting out. Okay, I'm going to give it a few seconds and we'll get started, guys. Everybody remember, I'm still looking for somebody that can help with the uploads. We've got to get our videos from the Watchman page, from the live chats, uploaded to our website and our YouTube channel. We got a YouTube channel too. And we haven't, I don't have the time to do it, guys. I can barely keep up. I'm doing this, 16 hours a day, and I can't keep up. So I need somebody that can jump in who's got a little bit of computer skill. It's not really technically difficult to do. It just takes a little bit of time to download this stuff. So anyway, anybody that has time, please message me or call me. My number's posted all over. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and get started. Swampwatch 12/27/19. Let's see. Where do I want to start tonight? Rachel Maddow's in trouble, and actually this I'll finish her, but then I want to talk a little bit because it's along the same lines. OAN is suing her. She flat out said on the air that OAN was paid by the Russians to put out propaganda. And she mentioned one reporter specifically. They're suing her. And I think they're going to win. And she's trying to claim now that, oh, well, she didn't really mean it. It was just an opinion, or that's not the way she said it. And it looks like she's in trouble. Legal. I mean, it's civil. You're not going to go to jail, but it's going to cost them a lot of money. Kind of on the same lines, we know that CNN has been President Trump's biggest attacker. What does Q say? The ones that scream the loudest are the most guilty. Cuomo, Tapper, and Lemon have all been to Pedo Island. Why do you think they're making such jackasses out of themselves, blatantly lying, blatantly exposing themselves every day? It's because if they don't take President Trump down, they're going to be executed. Because I'm going to bet you they've got video of these guys torturing children. As well as, everybody else. There's going to be some, I think, executives that go down in this thing too from these news agencies. And they've all been colluding, right? Project Mockingbird from the 40s has evolved into this where, the CIA is basically giving CNN the script for what to report on, and as well as all of them, all the mainstream media. Virginia, they're trying their best to start a civil war there, guys. It's all smoke and mirrors. The National Guard and the police in Virginia have already said they're not confiscating guns. They will not, they don't care what the orders are. If it violates the Constitution, they're not doing it. And they flat out said they would not confiscate guns. So, try as they may, now he's saying he's going to indict them or arrest them or, listen, they're in the same boat. This guy's in the same boat as Cuomo and Lemon and Tapper. They got tape on this guy. He's just, this is the last gasp of the deep state, right? We know that they're not going to go down without kicking and screaming. The problem for them is they got nothing left. There's no ammo left. Except for the sleeper cells that we talked about. I think there was over 100 radical Muslim training bases in the United States that the FBI identified. Who knows how many more? There's got to be hundreds of sleeper cells. I think I've talked about this before. He might roll this out. I'll guarantee you, if we get like multiple attacks in 1 week, 2, 3, 4 attacks in 1 week like this, where they roll into a shopping mall and just start shooting, within days, President Trump's going to roll out an executive order that nationwide concealed carry for anyone who can legally buy a firearm. He's going to get rid of all the magazine capacity infringements. And he's going to take the power away from states like Virginia and California and New York, who have been running roughshod over the Constitution. It's perfect. Nobody's going to argue when this is going down. And this is going to happen for sure after they start taking down the upper end. Brennan, Clapper, Comey, they start working their way up. Definitely before they get to Obama or Clinton, this will start. So, again, guys, anybody that can conceal carry. Have a gun in your trunk. I personally, I don't like even going out now in public unless we absolutely have to. Things are getting dicey out there. Things are starting to heat up. The deep state knows this game's almost over. So this is when they're going to be the most dangerous as far as this kind of stuff goes. I think this is the biggest danger, outside danger, that we're going to see. I still don't think it's going to be as big as a cognitive dissonance, but I think we're going to see a lot of these attacks coming up, so we got to be ready for them. Let's see. Oh yeah, and now they want resignations. You know, it's so ridiculous. You have to laugh. They want Barr and Durham to resign, right? Because they're biased. Yeah, whatever. Keep jabbering. Nobody's listening. Nobody's going to resign. Nobody's going to recuse themselves. They're full steam ahead now, guys. And this has got to, you know, I keep saying it's going to happen when God's ready, but the signs that we're seeing, it has to be close. This isn't going to be, I guarantee it's not going to be another 6 months. And I think days or weeks. It's going to be hard pressed to go beyond the end of January, which is less than 6 weeks away. And we'll see. Because you got the economy too. You know, the economy isn't going to make it till the end of January, I don't think. You know, the first week of January might be the end. With the repo program, you know, we're talking about the bailout in 2009 was $700 billion. By the first week in January, they're going to be at $1 trillion in 3 months. $1 trillion bailout in 3 months. From September, what is that? Maybe 4. Less than 4. Big difference there, guys. And it's only going to get worse from here. Because like I said, the ship is sinking. And the pumps can't keep up with it. So this tsunami is going to swamp the boat pretty soon. That's why you've got to be ready. You know, when this thing goes down, and this is for the new people, all paper assets are gone. Bank accounts, pension funds, 401ks, annuities, money market accounts, stocks, bonds, are all going to be worthless. There's going to have to be a reset declared. Everybody's talking, that was the other thing today. Everybody's talking about the deficit. Now everybody's up in arms about the deficit. You know what I think? I think this is the white hats getting that ball rolling, then getting the people to start thinking about it. Because here's the thing. It's not 21 or 22 trillion, guys. That's what they got on the books. Dr. Mark Skidmore from Michigan State and oh God. Anyway, partnered with a lady who was the assistant secretary of the Treasury under Reagan. And they went into the DOD, Department of Defense, and the HUD budgets. And they found 22 trillion missing dollars. That was then verified by the government. So you got basically then 43 trillion there. And then you've got your unfunded liabilities, Social Security and Medicare. When you add everything up, we're more like 250 trillion is what we're really in debt. The reason President Trump keeps running up the credit card, because he knows he's not going to have to pay it back. And what he's doing is he's getting us prepared. He's getting the country, the government, the military prepared for what's coming, like we're trying to get the average day citizen prepared. You know, stocked up. They need to get stocked up on parts and ammo and all the equipment that Obama let go to hell because they couldn't maintain it because they didn't have the budgets. They didn't have the parts. We were out of ammunition at one point. That's how bad it was. That's what they did. They tried to run us into the ground. Don't worry about the deficit. That money's never going to be paid back. Slate's got to be wiped clean. It's coming. And that's for us too. So if you've got any big purchases, don't buy anything big right now. Don't buy a washing machine or a refrigerator or an automobile. Wait until this happens. You'll get them for pennies on the dollar. Everybody needs to get their Litecoin and silver. It's the insurance from what you're going to lose. Everybody is going to be affected by this. Everybody is going to lose something. 80% of home values are going to be lost. We've talked about the accounts, the pension funds, going to be lost. I mean, I get my first check on the 22nd of January. It might not come. And you know what? I'll be okay with that because I've got Litecoin and silver. And what I've got in Litecoin and silver is going to be thousands of times more valuable than what I would ever got in Social Security. Everybody's in that boat right now. With silver at less than $20 an ounce and Litecoin about $41, this is a gift from God. These prices are a gift from God because at this point of where we are in this scenario, almost to the end, the prices should be over 500 for both. If you looked at the real landscape of what's out there, the carnage. I mean, listen, last 2 weeks ago, 10 days or 2 weeks ago, something happened that hasn't happened in over 20 years, and all of the financial experts said would never happen, that China would never allow to happen, where they had a state-backed bond default. They said they'd never let it happen because the Chinese are really big about saving face. They had to let it default. They couldn't cover it. That's how bad things are. There's 100 triggers around the world that could cause the worldwide economy to go down. And make no mistake, this isn't going to be like the Great Depression. 29, only 30% of Americans were impacted by the Great Depression. The rest of the world was less than 5%. There's no one in the world that isn't going to be affected by this. Got to be prepared, guys. You got to get your friends, neighbors, relatives prepared. You got to have your gold and silver. You got to have your extra food, water, medical supplies, ammo. And Mike bought more today. Good job, Mike. There's a lot of distraction going on right now about different what people think are hot buttons. Everybody's up in arms about what's going on in Virginia, and oh my God, they're going to take our guns. It's not going to happen. I can guarantee you 100%. No one's going to take our guns on President Trump's watch. Guaranteed. He has changed the whole culture of our military and our government. All of the rats are being weeded out. There are 140,000 sealed indictments nationwide. Durham, Barr, and Huber have over 500 prosecutors working on this for over 2 years now. It's ready to go down. The swamp is going to drain. And when I say drain, we're not talking about, the tens of people so in the Obama administration at the top that need to go down. We're talking about all of them. Every person that's guilty will face their justice. Justice is coming. Nothing's going to stop it. 2020 is the end of the deep state. It's the end of the satanic pedophiles. And the deep state laid it in our laps Jeffrey Epstein worked for the CIA and Mossad. He ran honeypots on Pedo Island, his mansion in Florida, his mansion in New York City, and his ranch in New Mexico. They have thousands of hours of the most disgusting video, torturing and murdering children, the most powerful people in the world. Hundreds of hours. Not one of them are going to escape. They brought this on themselves. They were having Epstein film all this crap to use against the people who tried to turn on them, and now it's going to be turned back on them. It's the whole boomerang effect. It's like the internet. It's like Facebook. It's like Twitter. Have all been turned against them, and they're screaming bloody murder because they see what's happening, and they're trying to censor us, but there are so many of us, it's not working. It's not working. Look at the ratings. Look at what's going on. Look at President Trump's numbers. President Trump wins 90% of the vote in 2020. The Democratic Party is finished when this is over. The mainstream media is finished. We should be celebrating in the streets right now. All these people worried about the Second Amendment, worried about the censorship, worried about the budget, the deficit. You're wasting your time. Quit wasting your time and do something meaningful, because there has never been a time in history where a person could have a bigger impact than right now. And how you do that is by warning as many people as you can between now and whenever this blows up. There is nothing that you can be doing right now that's more important. Nothing. I've challenged now for months for people to give me something that's more important than this. Not a peep. This is life-changing stuff. The people who are prepared for this are going to thrive, and that's what God wants. God wants his people to thrive in this new world. And trust me, it is going to be a new world. When this evil is eradicated, these satanic pedophiles, these globalists, war's done. Every war in the last 200 years, every terrorist attack, every school shooting, you can trace back to the globalists and their agenda. These satanic pedophiles who've been running the world for thousands of years. Since Babylon, this crap's been going on. It's because they had the money and the power. Things are changing. We're going through Armageddon right now. What's going on behind the scenes? These people, the SEALs and the Marines, have been out on the streets around the world. This is a worldwide deal. For 2 years now, this has been going on. People aren't going to believe all the things that have happened the last 2 years. It's mind-blowing. And it's all going our way, guys. President Trump has been 10 steps ahead of these guys the whole way. They have no answer. Everything they touch turns to crap, and everything he touched turns to gold. He can do no wrong, and they can do no right. You can't beat God. And God has been guiding and protecting President Trump since before he announced. He'd be dead by now if it wasn't for God protecting him. You can't beat it. This is over for them. So let's do, we can't control when this happens. What we can control is what we do with the things we can impact. And like I said, there's nothing better that we could be doing at this time. Be waking people up, red pilling people, and getting them ready. And you know, listen, this has been going on. This globalist attack for 200 years, ballpark, give or take, on our country. We can't expect that it's going to get cleaned up. I mean, 2 years, 3 years is amazing. For what President Trump has done in 3 years is beyond belief. It's superhuman. I mean, he's done more in 3 years than any other president in history, and he's done it against the biggest resistance any president has ever faced. This is biblical type stuff, guys. You can't get around this. They were arrogant because they never lose. And they've never had a run like this for 3 years straight. They can't do anything right. And the people that say President Trump is working for these people, it's so ignorant I can't believe it. Yeah, Hillary Clinton was going to walk into the White House until President Trump came along. So they're going to push President Trump out of the way of their star who's supposed to get in there. And then when he does, he destroys everything they've been working on the last 200 years in less than 3 years. What kind of sense does that make? Do you think if he was working for the globalists would let him destroy everything that they built over the last 200 years? It's ignorant. We got to use our heads, guys. It's the same thing with the crap about the UN. The UN's going to invade us. They're going to come take our guns. Explain to me how that's going to happen. Somebody explain to me how 1 million UN troops with no air support are going to invade America. America that has the strongest military force the world has ever seen, with 320 million Americans, with over 500 million guns and 1 billion rounds of ammo. And they're going to invade us with no air support. It lasts a week. It's a suicide mission. It's ignorant to believe it because it's impossible. There's no physical way it could happen. This is the kind of distractions that are out there, guys, that we have to ignore. It's all smoke and mirrors. It's either the deep state ginning this stuff up to get us distracted, or it's misinformed patriots who need to do more homework. But I can tell you, nothing is going to change what's coming. Everybody that's guilty of treason will be executed. Everyone that's guilty of murder will be executed. And this is not just America. They're rounding people up from around the world. The Pope is going down. The royal family is going down. Newscasters, CEOs, judges, politicians, government officials are all going to be executed. Like I said, guys, we should be celebrating now. We're not going to. We're going to wait till the end. But there's nothing they can do to change the course now. It's pretty much set, guys. Okay. I think I got everything I wanted to hit. Let's see what we got for questions. I'm not even going to repeat that, Jerry. That's That's right, guys. Invite your friends. This is probably the best way to get them on the right path. Have them watch the live chats. And then go through all the articles and the videos. We have, listen, 5 years I've been doing this. There are hundreds, literally hundreds of articles and videos I've posted. Just go to my page. You can go back 5 years and look at all the things I've been talking about and all the things I've been posting. Thanks, Kathleen. Yeah, I know there's a lot of people that have offered, but you got to have a little bit of computer skill to really make a difference. Cousin Bill, how you doing? Rebecca, hello. Melissa, hello. Wow, we got a good crowd tonight. Yeah, any of you new folks have any questions, throw them out, and I'll get to them here before we go off. And what I'm going to do tonight, guys, is after, and you can go back to the last few live chats. I've got the website for Coinbase where you buy Litecoin, the website for a couple of silver dealers so you can buy your physical silver, so you can get this started. You can do it tonight, guys. You can do it all over the computer tonight. Everybody should have some physical silver and Litecoin. Danny, I bet it's cold in Canada right now. That's the other thing. I think we've got over 40 different countries now in the Watchman membership represented. That's the other thing, guys. This is a worldwide movement. You know, you're not going to see it on the mainstream media, but the world is waking up to what's going on. Listen, China, communism, I give 10 years. Within 10 years, communism will be gone. Russia's going to be first. I think they already see it coming. I think Russia in less than 5 years and China in less than 10. Chad, how you doing? Yeah, I know the people are getting pretty wound up in Virginia. You know, in one way, I like them doing their protests, but listen, that's a really fine line, guys, because this is how it works. You know, the deep state. You know, there'll be this protest going on. They're going to be guys, I think, that are armed. You get some deep staters in that crowd that start shooting, and it could be a very it's a scene that we don't want. We don't need right now. This doesn't have to happen. I'm all for exercising our rights to protest, but we've got to be smart about where we're at. And there's really nothing to be gained here. Nothing's going to happen. Guaranteed. Nothing is going to happen in Virginia. They're not going to take the guns. Not going to happen. Like I said, President Trump will write an executive order before it lets it happen, and he'll send the Marines in to put down anything that Virginia, and who, explain this to me. The National Guard says they're not taking the guns, and the police say they're not taking the guns. Is this governor going to go door to door? Yeah, I'd like to see that. It's not going to happen, guys. Sandy, how you doing? Yeah, nobody's giving up their guns. Christ. They'd have, if something popped off there, they'd have 500,000 militia members there in 24 hours. Again, another massacre. These people don't understand what they have done. I'm telling you, the Patriots are jacked up and ready to go. The absolute worst thing the deep state could do is get in their way because they're fed up and they're not going to take any more of this crap. And listen, I'm in the same boat. I'm just not going to shoot. I'm not pulling my gun out of the safe yet. There's no need to. It's fear porn, exactly. Danielle, you're learning. Ignore the fear porn. And these guys on these other channels too. They like to jack that talk up because it gets them clicks. It makes them money. Don't feed into that fear porn. Lisa sent the chat to her in-laws. How'd that go, Lisa? It could go really well or it could tank depending on how open-minded they are. Michelle, how are you? Elizabeth, hello? Yeah, by the way, I'm glad Jerry mentioned that. The one thing I wanted to talk about tonight is, so right now, Facebook won't allow me to invite new members to the Watchman page. They are limiting what I can share every day. And several posts today that other members have shared that I posted have disappeared. I'm looking, if anybody knows an attorney, I'd like to talk to an attorney about a class action lawsuit against Facebook. Listen, God called me to do this work. They're infringing on my religious freedom when they won't allow me to deliver the completely legal message that God asked me to deliver. I think there might be a case here. If anybody knows an attorney, please let me know or send them my way. Give them my info, have them contact me or give me their contact info. I think President Trump is going to be on this probably the first part of next year anyway, but I'd be interested to see, what an attorney has to say about this. Paula, how you doing? Wow, man, 42. I almost hate to quit. Okay, so we got a lot of new people here today. So I'm going to go over Litecoin and silver real quick. Okay, as I said earlier, when this economy goes, the worst case scenario, banks could close, bank accounts could be frozen, power could go off, martial law is probably going to be declared. At some point after that, all paper assets will go to zero. They'll start declining quickly. You got to have insurance. You've got to have assets outside the system. That means precious metals or cryptocurrencies. For the new people, I know cryptocurrencies are hard. I'm 64. God showed me Litecoin and I ignored it at first because I just couldn't. I was buying the heck out of silver, but I couldn't get on board with Litecoin. It was that computer, digital, blah, blah, blah. Well, after about the third time, I finally dug deep into it, and I was an idiot. Probably cost me $1 million. Because if I'd have been buying it when I was supposed to be buying it, I'd have bought thousands of Litecoin at $3 or $4. Anyway, cryptocurrencies are the future of money. And I guess I should. So in 2014, I was still going to rodeos. I was still competing. God called me to do this in 2014. I was planning on competing for at least another year, maybe two. And I quit. I walked away. And I've been doing this ever since. God showed me several things. God showed me the first ever worldwide economic collapse, showed me the draining of the swamp, showed me the satanic pedophilia being exposed, showed me Litecoin, showed me physical silver, showed me Carbon 60. Carbon 60 is a supplement. You can buy it at Amazon. It's like $18 a bottle. It lasts a week. Everybody should go on YouTube and do a search on Carbon 60. Best supplement I've ever taken. Do some research on it. It's going to be world changing. Great stuff, but it's not the most critical thing right now. The most critical things right now is everybody having the basics at least. Extra food, extra water, medical supplies, ammo, physical silver, Litecoin. Faraday bags, filtration devices too, but you don't have to spend $1 million here. 50-pound bags of rice, 50-pound bags of beans. You buy 2 or 3 of each. If you have to, you can fill your soda containers and milk jugs with tap water. What you don't want to do is wait until the power goes off and then you've got no water and the stores are closed and you got no silver and you got no Litecoin. The people who are prepared are going to thrive. The people who aren't are going to struggle. Don't make your family struggle. Buy some insurance. Get your supplies. Buy some physical silver. I'll post a couple of dealers you can buy it from. Get some Litecoin. Not Bitcoin, Litecoin. Not gold, silver. Silver's going to outperform gold at least 8 to 1. Litecoin is going to be multiples ahead of Bitcoin return on an investment. One Bitcoin today is about $7,500. One Litecoin is about $41. Some analysts believe Bitcoin is going to be worth $12 million by 2024. The same analysts believe Litecoin will be worth $3 million by 2024. Think about the numbers. You can buy about 165 Litecoin for 1 Bitcoin. That's why you don't want Bitcoin. I believe Litecoin is going to have the greatest return on investment of any asset in the history of mankind. Don't miss the boat on this. Just think about it. Something you pay $41 today could be worth $3 million in 5 years. A couple of $100 is going to make up multiples of what you lose in your bank account and your retirement and your pension. I keep saying, this is a gift from God. For these prices to be at this point. Listen, I paid as much as a couple $100 for Litecoin. And I'd still buy it at $200. Because I know what it's going to be worth. It's the future of money. Cryptocurrencies make banks obsolete. That's why they hate them. Because you don't need a bank with cryptocurrency. And Litecoin, it's fast, it's secure, it's inexpensive to use. I believe it's going to go to the top of the list. It's already in the top 3. The top 3 coins, Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum. And by far, Litecoin is the best value. Buy some silver, physical silver. Buy some Litecoin. Open an account on Coinbase. Again, I'll post the website. Do it tonight. Don't wait. This could happen any day now. If you follow what's been going on with the Federal Reserve, this system is ready to go down. Go back and look at some of the articles for the last several weeks I've posted. It's bad, guys. and they don't want you to know it's bad. The whole point is the globalists would love to take down all of our assets when the system comes down. That's why you've got to have something outside the banks, outside bonds and stocks. Got to have it outside your pension fund, in your hands. You know, you'll have Litecoin either in your account at Coinbase. You'll also want to get a storage device. It's like a thumb drive, a Ledger Nano S. I'll post the website to Ledger also. You want to buy it directly from Ledger. Don't buy it from anywhere else for security reasons. Anybody that has any questions, I'll also post my phone number so you can call or text me. I very seldom pick up, but leave me a message. I'll get back to you as quick as I can. And let's see if there's any more questions here before I finish up. Yeah, it's I'm telling you guys, wait until you think the numbers are going up now. Wait until this all goes down. We'll be back in the thousands again on the views because everybody's going to be starved for more information. Okay, that's all the questions for tonight. I'm going to post this stuff tonight. It might be 15 or 20 minutes, but you can come back to the live chat and just scroll down and you'll see it. I'll also put it on the Watchman page, so you can go just right to the Watchman page and it'll all be posted also. When you're talking to your friends and relatives and neighbors, the number one threat, you know, I've said that, you know, the outside threat is going to be from these sleeper cells. But our biggest threat is going to come from cognitive dissonance. When the people, the general public, finds out about what's been going on in the world with this satanic pedophilia, it's going to crush them. Anybody that's familiar with cognitive dissonance, it's what happens to you when you have a strongly held belief that's contradicted by facts. And it's hard for people to make it compute. It's like a computer. You can see it in their faces. It's like a computer freezing or buffering. That's not a great situation at any time, but to have that at the same time that possibly the banks are closed, the stores are closed, the power's off, there's martial law, there's rioting and looting in the streets, and you're out of food and your kids are hungry. Not a good time to have cognitive dissonance. It's a good recipe for disaster. So the more people we can wake up, the less of that we'll have. And we've got to be prepared to help the ones we love get through this. Because now you've got not only that knowledge, and listen, when this happens, worldwide, it's going to be on the news 24/7. You won't be able to hide from it. You won't be able to stick your head in the sand anymore. You won't be able to deny it. That coming at this time is dangerous, and we've got to help people through this. That's part of what we do. I should say again, for the new people, I don't take any fees. I don't take donations. All I ask is that if you profit from anything you learn here, you pay it forward. You pay it forward now by reaching out to your friends and neighbors and trying to get them ready. You pay it forward during the rough patch with extra food and water for friends and relatives. Buy more if you can, guys. And then in the recovery phase, you help financially with the assets you've gained from this knowledge. But you got to be careful when you're talking to people. Don't go too fast and listen. All of this is positive. The swamp has to drain. Has to. The pedophilia has to be exposed. The economy has to collapse so we can weed out these crooked banksters and start fresh with a clean system. So there's no reason for fear or panic. Panic is absolutely the worst thing you could do. But we avoid those things by getting people up to speed. Knowledge is the key here. If you've got the knowledge of what's coming, it's far less scary. So think about that when you're thinking about who to call, and then be ready, because once this thing breaks, we're all going to be very busy. All right, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up there for tonight. Remember, fear not. God and President Trump are 1,000% in control. We'll see you tomorrow night at 5. God bless.